Alrighty. Hello, hello. We're streaming. We got ops. We got sound. Okay, I think we're good. Do 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 do. Cool. Alright, we got that going. We have just looking real quick. Alright, so we have chat. We have Discord. One day. Alrighty, so exciting day so far. We have everything going right. Streaming, recording. Da, 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 da. Cool. Yeah, so it's red. Lots of red. That's bearish. Oops. No, stop. I always click that. Let's do full declarative. Let's make the text big. Let's put the text on the over here so we can see it. So we see we have, so what are current conditions? So this is ES on the 8-minute. And what do we have? So we have, first of all, LDPS is on balanced. So just getting us a nice balanced view. So we see that we had this bull trap here, right? Because we had bullish LDPS, but the LDPMs were inverted because we had the low ones below the high ones. I got this cool pen to be able to draw, but I haven't set it up yet, so one day. So we had this bull trap form, and then it broke, right? And we do see that there was a pretty little bit of an aggressive ask around right at market open, 928-ish. And then the eager bids have come down a little bit, but we see that they're kind of moving north as we speak. And so those eager bids are now, it looks like, transitioning back to becoming eager asks. No bueno. The overall liquidity conditions per LDPS are that we are predominantly transacting at the bid, and liquidity is flowing to the bid, which means that things are becoming more conducive to transact at the bid. In other words, things would be just becoming easier to get things done at the bid. So this is the 8-minute. Pretty hectic. We can see that we've kind of been in this bearish. We had a little test before on last week, Wednesday, Thursday, but nothing too exciting. Okay, yeah, I got chat up. Feel free to ask any questions, or if there's any particular stocks. A few people have asked for some specific stocks already, so I'll try to remember those. Just let me know if you have one, and then we can check that out too. So let's see. All right, so we're gonna put this up here as usual, just so that we can keep an eye on it. Of course, we have everything is red. Everything is still red. So even though we do have a little bit of this, scoop action, it's still predominantly a bearish outlook, right? These are the eagers, right? And I'm not gonna bet too much on them. So maybe some price appreciation to LDPM 144, but it's kind of looking, that's the best bullish outcome kind of right now looking. But we'll see. We'll see if this eager bid down here, keeping things up, can entice some people to come join. Let's see, what else do we have in our lives? Jimmy was doing some stuff. It was going up, going down, going up, going down. So a little messy. LDPM is messy. Go figure. On a messy stock. And we see predominantly bullish, bearish. bearish configuration. Just because it's so messy, I'll go to conservative. So when things are just kind of lots of stuff going on, I like to tell LDPS to, kind of take a chill pill and kind of just go figure out the predominant flow of things. So this is the 8-minute, maybe not most conducive for individual equity. That's not a futures. Who knows? But we see on the 45-minute, kind of similar. So we're flowing to the bid. We had this bullish, admittedly a bull trap until about here, and then LDPMs uninverted. So we have the inverted LDPMs and then the regular, and then things went north. And it looks like right around here we started getting some pretty eager profit taking. And I mean, we can see the profit taking just like we saw on Tesla, where as soon as this price rises, we see all this eager ask. Those lower order LDPMs, they kind of come in and just start collecting collecting their exit liquidity if possible. And then it looks like things that got pushed down, the conditions got pushed to the bid, and that's where things currently are. So but some bright future is that this is also becoming an inverted LDPM. I guess we can call it inverted. So notice that LDPS is red, but we have a bullish configuration. So we have the neon blue LDPM is 144, and this orange guy down here is 610. So low, middle, high, that's bullish. So this is inverted. So the good news is that for now, the expectation is back up, right? So a little bit of a dip right now. Looks like LDPM 370, I think. The gold line is holding out as a nice little floor. And since this is an inverted LDPM, this looks like a bear trap. So we went from a bull trap to a bear trap. I think the bull trap was on the weekly though. So let's see how that's going. So still going. I think the other day I tweeted about how this LDPM was being a pretty consistent ceiling, and it looks like it's still doing that. We are slightly flowing to the bid, but overall we're still transacting between the ask and the mid, so that's pretty nice. We have some flashes going on up here. We could put the liquidity scanner on. It is on aggressive good. So I think this is on balanced. So then the scanner is on aggressive. LDPS for ES is on balanced. So hopefully the scanner will give us a heads up if anything noteworthy starts to change. So in the weekly, it still looks like there's a good amount of headwind at 25 on GME. But if we kind of zoom in on the lower levels, we can see that it's not unreasonable that we're going to test that again, right? So if this is a bull trap, the ideal is that we're going to move. But again, we have that on the weekly. We can see there's just that steady organic bid, organic ask right there up at 25. So take that as you will. Oh, I just got a chat. Let me see if I can get back to it. Somehow. Did you review Spy? No, we sure can. Oh, Spy, and what was the other one? I think Piton. So here is Spy on the 45. So we had, let's see, yesterday it seems it started. Wednesday around, first I guess we'll just look at the price. So Wednesday around 12:15. This is on the 45-minute. But we see conditions switch to bearish. We also see that this was an inverted LDPM. So this is a bull trap. So we kind of already had this on our time horizon. So again, anytime, so we have this bearish LDPM where just the higher orders, and then LDPM tries to sneak through and turn into a bullish liquidity. But unless things invert, so unless LDPM, the neon blue, and then all the other lines started switching back to showing us that the things weren't inverted, I guess. I don't want to get too into if I get started on the details, I'll never stop. but we want the organics to like stay in alignment. So, and we can also see that this transition from bullish liquidity to bearish coincided with this pretty aggressive ask that came in. And then it looks like another aggressive ask came in and has since kind of obviously been pushing things down. What we would want to see if we were expecting kind of a turnaround is a little bit what we see on ES. So we see these like lower LDPMs kind of coming in and swooping up. They represent like the eager bids, like the eager organic bids, right? And we don't really have that here on the 45-minute. So we don't really have any evidence that people are reaching down to kind of stop the price, at least right now. And this is SPY on the 45. If we go to SPY on the 90, similar thing. And then SPY on the 3-minute maybe. Anything interesting? Ooh, yeah, so definitely had this eager ask. And then it's funny that the eager ask here is smaller on the 3-minute than it was on the 45-minute. But eager ask price is now bearish and going down. The 3-minute does show some reasonable bid under the price, but again, we kind of like up on the higher orders. You know, really, it's kind of still concerning. Yeah, we just got, even on the 8-minute, we see we just got another eager ask. A little bit of an eager bid here. But, you know, you still got to get above LDPM 144 there. We're transacting at the bid, flowing to the bid. So it is a tenuous situation. All right, what was Piton, I think? You got to remind me. Look at the daily. Bullish. Right? So we had, this is balanced, or conservative. Let's do balanced. But still, yeah, that's fine. Maybe a little too spicy profit, you know, exiting, but overall, yeah, overall, that's pretty decent for LDPMs are doing crazy things though. What's about on the week? So it seems like LDPM is sparse in its calculations here, but we do have bullish. We have a bid. We have bullish liquidity. I guess we have, well, this next year. Oh no, wait, do we have one coming up now? Oh, is that today? Thursday. Oh, in the morning. So it already happened. Well, there you go. What do we have on the 45-minute? So we had the pretty nice, looks like right at earnings, we had this nice aggressive bid. And it looks like people are now kind of reaching up to collect some profits. So still overall bullish, but we do see the entrance of some, it looks like profit taking, and that's just with that little itty bitty tiny LDPM right there. Just that first LDPM to shoot up. Everything before the neon blue I consider, as a general rule of thumb, just as a eager party. Yeah, no worries. Piton, what else? Baba. I think well, if someone had Baba puts, I'm sure they're doing well. We're flowing to the bid, kind of transacting at the mid bid. Yeah, we can do it. Let's see. Yeah, I think this is balanced. I'm hoping that aggressive is still bearish, yes. So once I'm in a position, I tend to float towards aggressive to kind of just figure out when I want to leave. But we are, you know, these past few times we've looked at Baba, we've basically just, especially on the daily, We've been just watching the LDPM 144 here, that neon blue line, and the price. We said for a while it was kind of floating. We were like, it's kind of just floating along, but liquidity is bearish, so likely it's going to resolve on the downside. And it looks like that is proceeding along. We have the next anticipated floor is at 83. So kind of just keep that going. So Baba is still bobbing. I think DJT went down. So this whole time we see that we're still inverted. So this is still a bull trap. And you could, so when I say bull trap, you know, I write this, and then if it's a bear trap, obviously it would be this. So, but keep that in mind. So DJT definitely appreciated. It had some bear or bullish liquidity, and then it went into a nice little was still in a bull trap. You see this like very awkward eager bid, but it like didn't really affect much except for this lowest order LDPM. It's kind of weird. And then now we're just presumably headed back to where we were supposed to be, which is, I imagine, somewhere along where LDPM was trying to get to before it got all wonky. So probably somewhere around like 13, and then as the days go on, lower. And what's cool, yeah, because you can see, like, even look at LDPM, it's hanging out, and then when things kind of start getting bullish, it just starts going wow, as people, as the market, I guess, tries to navigate whatever this price action was. But yeah, we can see that there's an inverted LDPM, technically still bullish, so it's still in the bull trap, but we're flowing to the bid, and so downside resolution is probably still likely. We can see that here. Actually, there's a pretty nice view in the 90-minute. So we see how we had this aggressive ask come in. Then it seems like here, now we're just kind of headed down. Now, mixed signals though, because this is also inverted. So this is a BT, which is bear trap. And so we'll put the 90-minute is conflicting, but the 45-minute is also bearish, and so I don't think there's much, you know, there seems to be the presence of an eager kind of aggressive ask, and it seems to be taking over. So DJTs look fine. What else? Ooh, we're kind of improving. We're scooping. And we're improving. I mean, we're still bearish, but it's not as grotesquely red. Let me check the chats. Also, with the new ODPS, we could even set alerts if we want. So if we want to know when let's go back to like so this is in a bear trap. Oh, no, yeah. Add alert. We go to LDPS, we're in the 90. And then we can say, so if we put in suspected bear trap, it should, it should go ding in a second. Haha. I don't know if you heard that, but here we go. All right. So it is indeed telling us that DJT is in a ongoing bear trap. Very cool. Very cool. And then, but it'd be cool. Oh, yeah. I mean, that then begs the question, why is there no exits of bear trap? Well, what do we want? We wouldn't, if we were, so we could do either an alert for when it becomes bullish, or we can try to catch when, yeah, let's say Tell me when liquidity starts moving to the ask. How about that? On the 90-minute, we'll just keep an eye on this. Is DJT 90-minute on bear trapping? Questions for the ages. That'll be cool. It looks like we're approaching here at 5.78. We'll see how the markets respond. I guess I could make the, but I think they become super small. The difference between like normal and large, I think, is quite substantial. Can you guys see that? Probably, I don't know. Okay, so that's DJT. Silver, I think, was doing some stuff. Flowing to the bid, but we have, it seems, inverted. So this is a BT. And that'll be bear trap. So we have LDPS is red, but the LDPMs are not switching to a bearish configuration. And so that suggests that we have an aggressive ask coming in and just kind of arbitrarily pushing the price down. And that is also evidenced by the appearance of a LDPM aggressive ask cascade. We have a really nice showing of an aggressive bid cascade, actually. This is super nice. So we had all these LDPMs spike down simultaneously. Price appreciates, classic aggressive bid cascade. And then we see that the first crash came down of profit taking and the price survived, and another one and the price survived, and then the third one, though, we see it was too much, so we started falling, but not that much really. We've still been, so we were holding with a good floor, and then this kind of aggressive ask came in. So but this is still a bull trap or bear trap. So if we wanted, we could do another alert. Say, hey, LDPS, tell me when oh yeah, bid, sorry, I got confused. Okay, so tell me when liquidity flow changes towards the ask. And I'm saying silver. I don't know what I mean. On the daily, messy. I think the other day when prices was going down, I was like, hey guys, silver has a pretty good floor still, and I kind of still think it does. It is, this ask here is kind of draining things, but there's really no reason to think that there's no reason to think that there won't at least be like a warning, right, at this LDPM 144. So if we keep kind of moving down, we'll probably just take a pause. Is it balanced? So yeah, definitely have an eager ask, flown to the bid. Aggressive already has it as a pretty bearish event. So likely movement to LDPM 144 at like 28.29. I mean, we're already at 29.75, but yeah, we see these, the bad ears, the aggressive asks, a little bit of aggressive ask, a little bit of aggressive bid, and then a little bit of this aggressive bid cascade is actually, that's, so notice we just saw a really nice example of a kind of withstood aggressive bid cascade. So this one happens, and then we see the first crash, and then we see here the second one coming up, but it looks like things aren't being survived very well. So this is enough to cause LDPS on the aggressive setting to say, hey, I'm convinced this is bearish. And then on the balance setting, we get a little bit more of a lukewarm take. We get, hey, we definitely have an eager ask and we're flown to the bid, but overall conditions still remain predominantly bullish. And then if we probably assume if we go up, we'll probably get bullish more. Yep. So near-term weakness, right? Local weakness, I would say. expectation down, and then I would kind of just wait to see how. I mean, I really do assume. I mean, this is just me waving my hands, but these organic bids are typically pretty robust. So we still have red up on the screen on the 8-minute. This is silver. What's BTC doing? On the day, no one wants the day. Ooh, it's still going down. We didn't even make it to LDPM 144. We have a forming bull trap. All right, so we have inverted LDPMs with bullish LDPS. What are we at? Are we balanced still? Or let's do balance. So maybe we're not. Hold on, let's see. Nope, we are. Okay. So this bid coming in, oh, actually we may have already broken it, but the takeaway is, although bullish, the LDPMs are inverted. So any bullish action I would still anticipate very quickly giving back. We have kind of looks like Ursula's crown, but kind of repeated injections of eager asks. Bitcoin does have a good amount of like this aggressive bid right now though, but we'll see if it's enough. This is 3 minutes because it's still got to make it above those pretty hefty LDPMs, and that's pretty cool. So on the 8-minute we see that there was these aggressive asks, and we had kind of the scoop, but then it failed, scoop, and then failed, and so now we are trying to do a third scoop. And when I have to sneeze. Oh, hold on. It didn't happen. I scared myself. But you would really like this to kind of go up, and then the price would move, and then this would come down. And you know, if you've studied the aggressive bid cascade, you kind of know the spiel by now. But essentially, you don't want, when these are moving through, you don't want the price to kind of just cut through it, kind of like it's doing. Kind of just means that those eager bids that are coming in and reaching down are very quickly giving up, essentially, and just moving back to being an ask. Like there's not a lot of resolve. So that gives the scoop less likelihood of being a successful scoop on the 8-minute. And since we're transacting at the bid, and again, we don't really, it's cool that LDPS picks this up because this, you know, it's neutral. So again, if these eager bids were coming in, we would kind of want actually to start seeing like flowing to the bid. We would, you know, maybe start mid ask, you know, kind of getting up there. But this is neutral, which means that there really is no more, like there's an equal number of people entering and leaving on the bullish and bearish side here, which is, when you're already in a bearish situation, isn't ideal, right? Because if you want to get out of a bearish situation, you can't. At best, at least you need some bullishness, right? Not just like less bearishness. And so it seems like we're still kind of going down. I wonder if we're just languish here for a while. We still have LDPMs you see them still kind of flickering up. Do you have a video on Deep Dive or YouTube going over the use of LDPM? I used to. There are on the channel, but so much has changed with LDPM and LDPS that although I think they're helpful, I think that the ideal, or at least what I'm hoping, is that these types of situations or videos can kind of work as newer material for working with LDPM and LDPS. Most of this stuff, honestly, is usually from like my weekly chats. I'll throw some stuff in there, and I'm also trying to get together into one collection everything, as well as updating all the educational material. But currently I've kind of been between the robot, getting the robot up to spec, and then the dashboard upgrades and migration. I've been slacking on the educational material, but yeah, so yes, but also kind of no. But also kind of yes, because that's what these videos are for. So I'll let you decide. Is how I'm going to end that. So looks like Bitcoin is going down. Here, let's watch this for a second and see if anything fun happens. All right. Can you hear me? Haha. Um, we got some flow to the ask. And we got some LDPMs are ushering the price up. LDPM 144 looks like it's eager to head down. Maybe switch over to being an organic bid. Who knows? My dogs are being goobers. Being goobers. And mostly still more scoop attempts. I'm not too convinced. We had this nice little reprieve here for a while, these weekly bearish prints, and things have gone back, it seems, to just bearish. Let's zoom in on the 3-minute. There we go. eager ass coming in on ES on the 3 minute. Not a almost entered into bull trap mode, but I don't know if it's even going to be able to break that, given this eager ask entering on the 3 minute. Similar situation here on Bitcoin, it seems. Someone's trying. But will they succeed? Who knows? Let me make sure I didn't miss any chat. Nope. Looks like we're just kind of gonna, I wonder if we're just gonna struggle here for a while. All right, what else can we look at? What else is going on? What about, oh, it's been flat for a minute. When did what's his face buy into USO? Why does it just not look like it's gonna do anything? Does it ever do anything? Besides go down. Is that what we're looking at? Okay, so conservative, bearish, and then when we pop LDPM back on, first thing we need to do is get rid of these smaller ones. Jesus. And then, so we're flashing red. It always catches my eye. I think I like the scanner up top more. I don't know, there's something, it just catches my eye better. So, yeah, I mean, this is just bearish overall still, right? I mean, there's no real, like, there's no real period of, even in diamond mode, of appreciation without LDPS. Because these appreciations seem to occur in, like, these, like, steps. And then it like languishes down and then steps up. And LDPM, that's a really nice aggressive ass cascade though. You don't see the ask too much here, but we definitely see how quickly the bid came down. Well, I mean, I say quickly, but you know, once it had lost casual 80% of its value, but once the 80% was gone, there was a very healthy organic bid. Kind of scoop things up, and it seems like lately we're just, maybe that's probably why LDPM is so messy. Just everyone and their mother is trying to get out. So that's definitely downside. We got to get rid of the LDPM again now. What about on the weekly? Anything fun on the weekly? But why? So the answer is no, because we're still eager bid flowing to the, I mean, we're flowing to the ask, but let's not count our chickens. Let's not count our chickens before they start asking us stuff, I guess. I love how LDPM just decides to behave sometimes. So this is, yeah, definitely downside. And if we take any historical analogs, you know, we're gonna probably posit 60, and then I'm not going to say head to 15, but I mean, but what we will do is I do think I'm going to set an alert here. These you don't have yet. They're coming. But I do want to know if an aggressive ask comes in, for sure. A aggressive ask cascade on Oxy. And we're going to say 15. Maybe. But that's not all. Because we also, this is bearish. So, but I want to know when liquidity moves towards the bid. So the difference between liquidity moving to the bid versus liquidity flow change towards the bid is that the liquidity moving towards the bid will just alert you if that statement is true, whereas the liquidity flow change will alert you if it changes. So if we go from the ask to the bid, the ideal is it will change. It will let us know. Is it flowing to the bid? Probably soon. What is LDPS? Diamond? I'm fine with that. So the settings that you are using when you set the alert are the settings that the alert will use. So because I set it in the diamond configuration, it will alert me when as if it were the diamond configuration that is triggering the alerts. Okay, so that was... I'm surprised USO has been so flat. What do we have here? Oh, it's on the 90. So we have bullish LDPS, but we have inverted, so likely bear trap. And then as this bear trap is self-fulfilling itself, that will be a time to check back on the day to see if that is corresponding with liquidity moving to the bid. I had to replay that scene in my head to figure out what USO was doing. Yeah, this is a bull trap. It'd be cool to just... It always does get this aggressive bid cascade, but we don't see... Like, where's the bid actually kind of poking itself in? Definitely, here's a little nice. So we do see aggressive ask cascade on the 2 hour. Oh, more red. We see some scoops. I feel like this is a way to figure out where the big players which time frames they like to play at. But I do not know. There's just, we can see the like effects of the aggressive bids. Like here's a little bit of one. Then we have the cascade going up. We had the profit takings siphon liquidity. And then it went down. So it looks like they 4 hours-ish. Let's do oil futures. Oh, we have some green. We have some green. How did things change? So we're going. Let's keep it on the 3, see what happens. So remember, it's still bull trap, but despite all the nice bullish festivities. Just go back to balanced real quick. Whoa, missing stuff. So inverted for crude is on the 45 minute, but we do see LTPM 144 is kind of scooting to make things right. That's the 45 minute, so bullish on the 45 minute for light crude oil. This becomes bullish bull trap on the 90 minute. So we have the inverted LTPMs. Looks like right now out the gold LTPM, which I think is 370. Is being a pretty reasonable support. We do have a good chunk of organic bid coming in, but even appreciating beyond, I would still expect similar episodes to this. Head up, then bounce down. An LTPM, whereas we just saw LTPM on the other time frame kind of moving like this. This one seems to just kind of be less enthused. So whereas the 45 minute things may look bullish, and this is, if things act right, this might tell us, this is more about telling us that the price is going to make it over the LTPM 337, and then we can expect probably movement to 70. And then again, unless even the 90 minute LTPM starts, we see any indications that it's switching over to being an organic or like it's switching over to uninvert and become an organic bid, then I would expect the price to just simply bounce back. So looks like a bull trap for oil. We're still pushing up here. Will we make it? What other fun futures are there? Gold. How's the Hang Seng Index doing? On the 90, not too good. It's like swarms. Look how little the price goes up, and then immediately these aggressive asks come in. Yoink. Be a little bit more conservative for me. That way we can just avoid having to worry about like bull trap, bear trap, if I just make you diamond. Alright, that's fine. Interestingly, that we're bullish, but eager ask, or LDPS still considers things bullish, but we do have an eager ask and bearish configuration, so that is pretty bearish, I think. This is the 45 minute. We had a pretty aggressive ask come in, a little bit of a scoop action, but now we're transacting at the bid, and although mixed, we see that we're approaching like an upright bearish configuration, but I guess technically we can call this a mixed if we want to be impartial. This is the conservative view. So we definitely see on the, I mean, this is the daily, and I mean, this is a hefty ask. I mean, That's actually a remarkable ask. So there's definitely still quite an impressive ceiling happening. And definitely this profit taking, this, you know, peaceful profit taking may soon not become peaceful. And so we have 18.3 as a current floor. And we have some movement up here. Some of those lower order LDPMs are scooting up, starting to become eager asks. Still bullish all around, but likelihood of bull trap is increasing, or at least like it hasn't worsened. The chance of it being a successful breakthrough bull trap does not seem likely. This is on the daily. What's this is the 2 hour bid, floated bid, red below LDPM. Pretty bearish. What's copper doing? Oof. I put that on diamond right, yeah. We're flowing to the ask, so it's pretty bullish. What's interesting is we are like we're bullish, but we're not progressing to a bear trap, right? So we became bullish, and instead of the price moving up, and then we'd be like, bear trap, or bull trap, the price is kind of just stagnated along with LDPM 144, while LDPM 377 casually makes its way down. So with a transfer happening soon, that would probably give, well, I guess it'll be interesting to see if, because I've always heard that the commodities traders, they have their ways. So it may be worthwhile waiting to see, maybe keeping an eye on copper to see if it's more inclined to wait for LDPM to kind of come to it, or if the price kind of goes to the party. So this is the eager bid. It got us here. Nice. And then immediately we see eager ask come in. Push to floor. We kind of hang out for a while. Become a little bit risky for bull trap, but then switch over to bullish, bearish. So bullish. So copper in the 2 hours is pretty bullish. But then the daily had to go and just throw that in our face. It's gross. Just because it's like messy. So you want to there's like a part of me that wants to look for the reason that the 2 hour is, or the daily would line up with the 2 hour, but it just doesn't. It's nice that LDPM has seemingly scooted down, and LDPM 610 is acting as a nice floor, but with conditions being bearish, maybe I would wait. So this is 4.5. Okay, so the 2 hour 4.49 limit is similar to the 4.52. So if there were some rapid movement, let's do an alert, because it's saying I want to know as soon as things start moving towards the bid here on the, well, maybe on the 90. flowing to the ask. Would this register? I wonder, would this register as a bear or bull trap? No. ODPS does not consider this a bull trap. Wow. I love when LDPS proves me wrong. Okay then. I was hoping you would say yes. It'd make my life a little easier, but whatever. So I do think the movement to 4-5 seems at least reasonable, right? Because at minimum, we have to test it if we do want to move up at any point on the daily. And on the 2 hour, it seems that it is also a reasonable target. So we can also do ODPM. No, maybe we do price crossing greater than LDPM. That's 63144, so we'll do 6. And we'll say copper to 4.49, which I think might be a big move in copper. 2 hour greater than LDPM. Check the daily. Ta-da. So up here on the futures for the 3 minute, we see bull trap is bull trapping. Who else? Soybean futures. Oh, similar thing. An eager bid. Oh wait, is this a transfer? Contract switch? That's something to look into. That doesn't happen always, so who knows? Conditions are bullish. Kind of similar to copper. We had LDPMs kind of come in. LDPM 144s kind of come in, acting as a floor. We have some resistance here with the golden LDPM 377. Is inverted, so this is a bull trap. So likely we'll see how this resolves, but it's bullish, so likely to the upside, which puts the price for soybeans at 10.16, and I'm not doing the math. I refuse. So that's part of the main reason I never took the Series 7 test, is I refuse to do some of that dumb math. How many 30 seconds is in? I don't know, and I don't care. Come back to me when you learn to count. Although I know it makes sense. Like it's like when you're in that field, it's like it becomes second nature, but not for me. What do we got on the daily? Similar is what we kind of see up here, where we're kind of in this quasi bull trap, even though we're not even bull trap enough to produce any bullish performance. It's fine. We did kind of reject our initial test through, so likely second attempt. But we can even see that through all this time, LDPM 144 hasn't even like budged. It's not even moved. It's kind of just anticipating the return of the price, so that the organic bid down here can keep buying as the price goes down, right? It's not interested in buying higher than it needs to. Cocoa futures. Oy. No bueno. So definitely bearish. Eager bid, flowing to the ask. I mean, so that printout is actually kind of bullish, but LDPS still considers overall things to be bearish. This is also diamond, right? So let's go to balance, just take things back. Oh, we got some more green. So this is the day. So the concern is, again, if, you know, LDPMs are pointed up, so even as the price is appreciating, we can see that there is a growing number of ask. And the more that it kind of spikes upwards, the more eager. And so this gives like a near-term bullish, but overall quite bearish outlook. Which I thought we were running low on cocoa. Someone, excuse me. I thought we were running out of it. I don't understand why the price would be going down. Is it because there's just not enough to fulfill your... Look at... Yeah, because like, look at this profit taking. Look at these eager asks up here. So at some point, around Monday, June 24th, the market decided to start selling cocoa. On the 1 day we saw, so price is moving up, eager ask is coming in as the price appreciates, and everything is below LDPM, and so downside is likely. Whoa. And this is the 90-minute. We can see the price working against LDPM 377. And again, you kind of want to see flowing to the ask. If you're going to try to push through this organic ask up here, you want there to be enough flow of things happening at that ask to give you confidence that it's going to break through. But liquidity flow is neutral, and so no one is really joining the crusade at the ask. Looks like we're going to go for another attempt on the 3. Let us see how it goes. So far, mixed reviews from the box office. All right, let's watch this for a second. Let's see. All right. Looks like it's slowly climbing. A lot of these eager bids seem to be, or eager asks that came in earlier seem to be slowly migrating under price. ODPM 144 still isn't doing anything too promising, so still outlook is inverted for a bull trap. And so even though now we're flickering strong bullish, oh boy. Oh boy. So I'm actually just going to leave this up. And so I want to see how we have an eager bid coming in on Bitcoin on the 3-minute. So yeah, I'm going to leave this up and I'll check back in a few minutes. I just want to see what happens with this bull trap here. So the expectation is we give pretty much everything back, but with growing support, we shall see. It'd be cool to watch. And then we can watch this eager bid, what it's about to do on Bitcoin. Oh, maybe we get an eager bid on ES. Who knows? All right. I'm going to go do laundry. But I'm literally going to be sitting here watching this. So, yeah. Type something in chat or hit me up if there's something in the market happening that you want to take a peek at. Otherwise, I'll check back in every few minutes and keep monitoring this ES situation. So, okay, guys. I'm still here. Alrighty, I'm back. Dogs are asleep. I have coffee. Looks like Bitcoin didn't do much. Looks like we are languishing still. LDPM still looks unpressed. We do have some movement of, this is the real LDPM 89, who's now designated a eager party. So it looks like we are en route to testing LDPMs, high order LDPMs at like 5770. We'll keep an eye on that. I do want to check out oh wait, I also just heard of there's a uranium we're gonna find that. Whoa, Apple. This is the 3 minute. We're not too impressed here. Still a bull trap. Nothing to go on here. I want longer term anyway. Make sure this is on balance so I don't get any preconceived notions. Okay, perfect. This is exactly what I want to see. URA, that's it. Zit. I want to learn how to do a Russian accent. We're at the bid, we're flowing to the bid, so likely outcome is to 215. Is that good for me? Yeah, I think that's good for me. Cool. All right, so let's check out this URA. We have an eager, this is the daily. Ooh, so we are in a little bit of a bull trap. LDPMs haven't uninverted yet. We do have an eager ask, and we are flowing that eager ask right down to the bid. So not currently the most bullish, and we do see some not hefty, considering, we think back to what Tesla looks like, right? So it's not too hefty, but it is, we do have a good amount of ask up here. So maybe hold off on this. So if the daily gives back up on the weekly, we see, looks like we could potentially degrade down to 19. So this is at mid, eager, flow to ask. I feel like it's not screaming bearish, right? But the risk is there. So what I'm going to do is send, I'm all about these alerts now. I want, becomes bullish. Uranium up. We don't really have a ceiling, and this is bullish configuration. I mean, I'm convinced that this looks like it's looking to, because even if it breaks through, if LDPM keeps along doing its thing, it's still not gonna be that far of a downside. And the weekly looks fine. Yeah, once the weekly looks bullish, I think it'll be interesting to come back and look at how conditions are. So, and on the 90 minute, we see that we did go down, and then we had a good amount of eager bid come in. But okay, little bearish prints popping up upstairs. Okay, that'd be exciting. The fund invests at least 80% of its total assets in the securities of the underlying index and in American depository receipts and global depository receipts. Okay, but what do you actually hold? Do you get uranium? Can I get into this and then request my uranium? Holdings. Cameco Corporation, Next Gen Energy, Uranium Energy Core, Paladin Energy, UEC. Ooh, flashing red. Flown to the bid. It looks like, unsurprisingly, similar situation, it seems, on UEC. Oh, fire truck. Fire truck on. Looks like eager bid flowing up to the ask on Robinhood. This is the 1 day. The 90-minute is less promising, with some LDPMs reaching down, but nothing too much right now. But so tentatively still bearish, but we see that pretty coolly. So we had that aggressive ask enter, price plummets, and this is just what I do like to see if I'm thinking, I think this stock is going to be bullish, right? I just like to see this. I like to see immediate response by these eager bids. We see it on the 8-minute, and then do we see it like as we move up? Yep. So this, there's, and you can argue that this, it's obviously still in progress, but what is this? Like, this would be one of the things that I probably put on aggressive. At bid neutral, I'm fine with that. More red. So at bid, flow to bid, that's fair. No movement down yet. Oh, we got an alert. What alert? Just alerted. Current conditions suggest an ongoing bull trap. Insuspected bull trap. Thank you. But this, if I see similar behavior, just like over the next day or two, a rapid response, a rapid bid response, scooping down and coming up. Robinhood is the only company that I'm like fundamentally bullish on. I don't know fundamentals from any, the rocks in my shoes, but people are sleeping on Robinhood. I think it's doing some pretty innovative stuff, and personally, I'm in trading because of Robinhood. It was the first broker that I downloaded, and we got the bearish prints coming back. So I'm unironically quite. We don't even have enough data for that. I mean, that's not ideal. Like, I'll probably wait until Yeah, I'm anticipating a bounce. Bloop. But also we can do, this would be a good one to do LDPM aggressive bid cascade. Hood. Back up. And then if so, that'll be probably time for me to step back in. Won't that be nice? It looks like if you kind of squint, we did test, but maybe we didn't quite even make it as conditions are returning bearish, and we are headed right back down. Will a LDPM 144 hold? Where transactions are occurring more readily towards the bid, but we are still kind of transacting in that between the ask and the mid zone. I like Hood. Every time I tweet about Robinhood, though, I always accidentally use RH. So there's probably a few people who think I am RH fans. Excuse me. Let's do back to crypto. So we have this bull trap. Eager bid came in. Oh, this is the 1 day. Ooh, this is the 1 day. That's spicy. Are we giving back this bear trap, this bull trap today? Aggressive. When we get a little aggressive with our measurements, it looks like it. We have LDPM moving up. Bloop. We did have a bid, some ask, and then it just looks like instead of another like round of eager asking coming up, everyone just decided that this was the time. And this puts, breaking down below that, puts a floor at like 62.775.69. I didn't say it. I don't make the rules. And so that's the daily on the Bitcoin. I wish you could short Bitcoin easier. Like, I just want to short it. Like, I want to short my 0.005 coins, please. This is the 1 day. That's not what I wanted. I wanted the 3 minutes. Looks like we are less likely becoming mavericks towards the bullish. We had that aggressive bid come in. We have some eager ask now, but things still kind of seem to be aggressive or bidding. This is naturally a bull trap because we're inverted. Just like this, bull trap. Sometimes that might look like a J, but it's not. It's a T. Haha. This is inverted. Jeez. You guys get that. Inverted bull trap. A little bit of mixed, but yeah, I think maybe the predominance of the excitement today is past. Sorry, I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Maybe because I never sleep. Ooh, look at that. See, that is a scoop. Someone just in Discord pointed out CPRI. On the 15. Ooh, look at that. What is this? Ah. I think we can log this, maybe for some easier viewing. So, not ideal. So we are, let's go to balanced. So we're bearish, like LDPM bearish, but this awkward bull trapish. We get an eager bid. We get some eager ask, and then someone decides enough's enough. Moves things down casually. It's 50%. But I think this was a mistake because immediately we see bids coming in, even in pre-market. It even has, I mean, it has like all the LDPMs acting like eagers. Look at that. That was a mistake. I don't know. I don't think that was intentional. It's a great example though, because remember we want these LDPMs to come down, and then just like that, we want the price to kind of start. So like we have this LDPM comes down, it comes up, and then it kind of does this, and the price hangs out as well. And then you have this one comes and it does this, and the price again, it should always, like, the price should always kind of respect the incoming new higher order organic bid. But then we see, I guess it just breaks, right? Because we have an aggressive ask comes in, breaks that down, but again, immediate scoopage. But now we're kind of selling, and now we're just mixed. This is wild. What is this? Carpi Holdings Limited. Let's look that up. Carpi Holdings Limited. Carpi Holdings Limited is a multinational fashion holding company incorporated in the British Virgin Isles with executive offices in London. Oh, from Michael Kors handbags. Cool. Yoink. Yeah, that'll do it. So like all from right here though. Again, it's important to notice when LDPM is inverted. You know, this is the same thing that occurred on SPY last week, right? Where it had that bearish performance, but it was a bear trap, and then the next day, or was it the next trading period, the price opened like back above, well above LDPM, having fixed the bear trap. You know, these, I don't know that, you know, some of the context surrounding this company, but, you know, in these moments of aggressive players playing with these absent, you know, and then they just eat through everything, and then the only thing that's left are these super deep absent players. Is that even, can we even detect how low that is? No, we cannot. So it's at like the basement. That big, but a bit, yeah, I bet. Yeah, so again, normally we would want like that, not this. So if LDPMs are moving away from the price, it's going to be a lot harder to move, you know, get to the price to do a crossover. We have, we don't, okay. That is a pretty fascinating find. Yeah, we have that ask and immediate scoopage, but I don't know if it's still looking pretty bearish. Oh, I need to look at my darling stock that I haven't checked in on in forever. What are you doing, CPRX? What are we doing today? Okay, we're being bearish, I see. Fine. We have clingy LDPMs, I think is what I'm going to call them. Look, you can't get rid of them. Can't escape. Everywhere. When do you have earnings? We are bear trap-ish. Speaking of traps, we see bearish is progressing, and we've moved back down to LDPM, but we're not on ES. We're not bearish, so reasonable expectation that we'll kind of just hold this price. But with how much other, because remember the liquidity scanner is on aggressive, so it's going to be more sensitive to changes. And so hopefully that'll help us foresee the balanced, behavior and changes. So with so many things kind of turning bearish, and we're already flowing to the bid, so likelihood of another attempt up seems unlikely, and it looks like the bull trap's about to kind of give way. Now CPRX, on the other hand, we have somewhat of an aggressive bid. We have bullish. We have aggressive bids, have aggressive bids, have aggressive bids, have aggressive bids. Ask, reasonable response, nice bids. Yeah, I like CPRX. It only ever goes up. That's not advice, and tomorrow could 100% tank 100%. Much like SMCI did on me. I was really betting. So we are on the, this is the 3 minute. Okay, but the 3 minute for CPRX is in a bull trap, so add that one to the pile. What was this SMCI Super Micro Center? If anyone's been following along, I was actually bullish. I had a bullish position because I was monitoring this activity and with expectation that it was going to go up. But apparently this is a doo-doo company, and that did doo-doo things. Oh, the resignation of its auditor, Ernst and Young. Target price of $32.50. A price target range of $32.50 to $130. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm pulling up the calculator. 130. We'll say that's 100, right? So, right. So that's a 160% difference, but that's fine. The price will land somewhere between 0 and not 0, which is exciting for everyone. Let's see, can we see when this little sneaky person came in and took away my future? Yes. So, oh, we have another one of these. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. So similar to what we just saw. Less obvious though. I mean, this is the 8 minute, so maybe I want to catch the moment, but we see the market closed. We get bearish, and then again, we know this has to be like an aggressive ask. Not just an eager ask, because of the like inverted LDPM and the bear trap status, right? So what defines it as a bear trap within the system is that there's an aggressive ask that is indiscriminately kind of moving towards the bid, but in a way that doesn't indicate that it's sustainable, right? And so, I mean, it's like, I don't, if it's easy to be like, well, yeah, it'd be like, I would have known, but no. I mean, even if, you're like, oh yeah, this, maybe it's a poor liquidity stock or something, or like heavily shorted or something, we might expect big movements, but it is pretty big. We do see a pretty reasonable and almost immediate response. We can see that it's not nearly as nice as the other one we saw. That was like bloop, right? Because we've kind of failed a little bit already. So we came down, bloop, and we go like this. So we held on good there, we held on good here, and then here it seems we did not. And then we kind of scoop, and we don't, but we kind of, so that's a failed scoop. So we have a failed scoop, and but we do have some bullish liquidity. So movement back to 37.75 on the 15. It has earnings coming up. Did it have, what was its like hedging heat map? It'd be cool to look at the actual hedging environment. So let's pop over to the dashboard. What is this? And this was when? So let's see. Ooh, looks like we're back to bearish. Oof, yeah, so the 29th closed pretty sparse, but with selling pressure to the downside. And then the 30th closed, which the data we're looking at is from here. So we're getting a snapshot of the data just before the big downside, and we do see immediate selling pressures. So that means the crosshairs are directly in selling pressures. So hedging is going to need to sell. It's also in a gamma squeeze. The influence distribution has a negative outlook. And the snap graphs are, the 1 day snap graph is wholly negative. So I wonder if this is another instance of, oops, didn't mean to do that. My bad. You know, I'm sure there's some like component to the news affecting the price action, I'm sure. But there's also the idea that, you know, sometimes I think people, if you don't really know liquidity well, you might accidentally do something like this, right? If we're looking at the, I don't want the short volume, I want the short ratio, thank you. Okay, so what do we got? Actually, not terrible. Well, I don't know what this market considers normal anymore. So we have like a pretty persistent, like 30% short ratio. Sitting at about 30%. It was definitely, so we were increasing. Yeah, so I guess we'd put this as a highly shorted stock. And then introduction to selling pressure, plus news, plus stops for earnings. Yoink. Whoa, we're doing a thing. There was, like, what stopped it, I wonder? I mean, it was already bearish per, I mean, I'm gonna stop saying it, but bull trap. I wonder if there's a way to, what are the other stock, what other stock did we see that had this? So I did get a question in Discord about LDPM references. So we'll go over that real quick. So suppose we are on ES, right? We'll just do this. So suppose we're on ES 3, right? And we're using all of our LDPMs, but we still want a view of what LDPM is doing on like the daily time frame. So if I took this chart settings and just changed it to a daily time frame, what would LDPM look like? This can't be done really, like the best way to do this is through LDPM references. Well, I guess the easiest way would be the LDPM box creation, which will put up a little box that tells us where things are bullish and where they are bearish. So we see on ES, we're bearish on the 5 minute, the 15 minute, the 30 minute, the hour, 4 hour, and the 1 day. But good news, we are bullish on the 1 week and the 1 month. But this helps give like an overview of what is this particular equity doing over a range of time frames. Because remember, the time frames change the type of data that the algorithm gets, right? So if we do, so say we don't want the box because we can't read, much like me, I don't like the box. I do like the box, but it has its purpose. But say I now actually do I want the LDPM day. Did it break? Well, never mind. I have to look into that. Okay, so that stinks. Can I do an old LDPM? So, but basically this would then map the appropriate LDPM onto the chart. That bummer. Okay, I did not know that bug existed. But yeah, so essentially the reference LDPM will just place itself as what the LDPM should be. It's similar to like, you know how like the drawings here, so this is the 3 minute, and like, or like if we draw here and then we go down to like the 45 minute, like the circle is stretched. That's kind of what the reference LDPMs are doing. So it actively, so like if you're on the 5 minute, but then you want a daily LDPM, the daily LDPM is it's just going to need different data, and it's going to need it in a different kind of like order. And so it will then just call those processes to kind of mimic that as if you were on the daily. That's really all it's doing. It's like there's like TradingView just has these functions that you can say, hey, go look at this equity on this time frame and then do these calculations on it, and then that's what TradingView does. I don't know if you're in chat here, David, but I'll also type that up on Discord and then fix the bug. I do have some improvements coming along for LDPM, well, the alerts, and then so I'll fix that. The next update should be the robot. Let's look at the robot. So we'll hide the results for now because it's pretty exciting. So we'll do, I don't know, we can do like what, 45 minute, let's say balanced. We want to trade both. Let's trade one contract. We're starting at 10 grand. And then let's see what happens. So this is, oops. You gotta agree to the user agreement. And then ta-da. So what do we get? All right, so 380%, not terrible. That's if we do, so right now we would be short, we would be up $6,150 off of one contract. Insane. If we wanted, we could also adjust if we want to wait. So for instance, if we look here, we see that as soon as these should line up reasonably well. They're not exact, but we see that conditions change, so it exited and then popped in. But if we want it to wait, we can say, hey, I want you to exit when conditions change, but then I want you to This is the reason why the beta testing is coming up. Why aren't you doing it? You were just doing it. All right, never mind. Another thing on the list. But what would have been nice to have happened is you'll just notice that as you increment the weight, it'll subsequently wait. And you can specify if you want it to wait to exit, or just exit right away when conditions change, and then just wait until something else. Or wait until the specified number of bars has passed, and then if conditions are still conducive, go ahead and go in. Both fractional share sizing is for Bitcoin. I got that up and going. In crypto really. You can do, a cool thing is this additional monitoring. So there is some additional code that looks for mainly when it's ideal to exit earlier than not. And so, hold on, checking. I heard a bing ding somewhere. So here we go. So we see that there was what we call these early exits. So the algorithm will simply look for if you're in a position, and then it detects that things are kind of starting to move against you. It will signal a early exit, and it's kind of a way to just there was the previous way of doing it was called exposure reduction, and it had a different set of criteria, and it would half the size. And I just didn't really actually end up finding that all that helpful. So this one is, the algorithm's different in terms of why it considers what it considers an early exit, and then it will, if it does encounter an early exit, it waits until those criteria are no longer met, and then it will re-enter. And we see here then it actually saved us quite a decent amount of downside. And we should be short for both here. Oh no, there is a bug. There is something going on that I have to fix today. With the additional monitoring and getting into short positions seems to be not working well, and I don't know why. Let's check upstairs. Still looking bearish up top, flowing to the bid. We're kind of still hanging out around the mid. We'll keep eye on that a few more minutes. But yeah, so it's cool because you can go to crypto, and you can say like, hey, I have a $500 account, right? And I want you to use 100% of my portfolio, and go ahead and use some fractional share sizing. And you have to be careful. Not every equity can have fractional share sizing. So if you toggle fractional share sizing and like nothing happens, you probably can't do fractional share sizing. So if we did long only, because again we can't short crypto, and fractional share sizing, we don't have to worry about a max limit, but if we could unclick it if we wanted. But we're only trading like 0.001 Bitcoins with $500. So if we get to this where this is, we're now self-imposing a limit of 1, we'll consider that a victory. You can do the additional monitoring. Why not? We'll get 5% take profit. I don't know what, 2%. Stop loss, where we don't have to worry about stop loss short because we're long only. And then heck, maybe we'll do for and a 50%. So we'll trail activate at 4% profit, and then we will, if we lose 50% of our max profits, we will exit. Display, display, display. Don't need that right now. Debug console. Don't need that right now. So what do we get? Drum roll, drum roll. That's not bad. 58% over the past year. It's not bad at all. I don't know what Bitcoin did over the past year though. Does that improve on the 90? %63%, not bad. Let's see if did the additional monitoring help? So it looks like the additional monitoring adversely affected the net profit. So now we can look at, let's look at the strategy performance data, and let's look at the return over mean, return over drawdown. So 3.375 without the, where'd it go? Additional monitoring, and then with less 2.408 and a return of 63%. Not all, but then it's cool because what I noticed too is if you, it allows you to do like a diamond type of configuration or like a conservative, you know, and then popping on the additional monitoring, it kind of helps soften that the rigidness in a sense, and it gives like another layer of decision making to where you don't have to really trade off quite as much like sensitivity for specificity, because there's now like an overhead layer of just monitoring going on to make sure stuff's not going awry. So like if we go to the 90-minute, what are these settings? So diamond, but then with additional monitoring, we get 146.17%. It's not bad. And then if we turn off, we still get 186% with the additional monitoring, 3.304. But with the additional monitoring, we get a significantly higher return over max drawdown. So it's all about, I guess, what you want. So it seems like there's definitely a drawdown aversion with the additional monitoring. And so this is 90 minutes. And the cool thing about using the fixed percentage is that it will grow. So whereas like the fixed, if you use only the fixed share, right? So if we do, I want to trade 1 Bitcoin, only long, you know, this is not a real percentage. This is the real money amount, 44,000, but the percentage is inflated because you can't buy 1 Bitcoin for $10,000, right? So your minimum balance is skewing the percentage, but the money profits are the same. So that's what your P&L looks like. Looks like things are still going a little bearish up there. And so that's Bitcoin. What did this? Oh yeah, I need to get rid of. I'm annoyed that the reference doesn't work. After looking at that. Are we doing it again? He's crazy. I mean, it's looking a little bearish to me. Bitcoin 90, we go back to the 30, or to the 3-minute. Here, let's do 3-minute. We can watch it in real time. What is today, the 31st? Let's say, yeah, we started. Let's say here, so it'll pick up on the next candle. Diamond, that's fine. Long, we'll do fixed percentage, fractional share. We'll start with the 500, same stuff. Although I think maybe the take profit on the 3-minute might not need to be quite so high. We'll actually just get rid of these, so we don't have to worry about all of that. We don't need that. We can keep the information up. 1031 diamond, only long fixed, max size, factional. Cool. So let's watch this. I'm gonna move LDPS. I gotta go take the dogs for a quick walk. So we'll move this up there. And let's see how it's gonna be problematic because the bot is likely going to be entering into a suspected bull trap. And I didn't incorporate any of those yet into the bot, just because it's, you know, it's a debate inside my head. So not a debate of efficacy, just a debate of complexity, necessary complexity. So we're pretty bearish, looking at a bull trap on the Bitcoin, and kind of a messy resolution to the bull trap above. So we'll keep an eye out. I'm gonna go take the dogs for a walk. I'm gonna leave this up just so we can see how things fare. I never know. All right, we're gonna do. All right. Cool. So this should enter into a position in 1 minute. As soon as this candle closes, and we'll keep an eye on it. Cool. I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back. It looks like we have some developments. It is hot out. Definitely eager ask. Back to bearish. Looks like Bitcoin. Why are you on? It looks like we have some developments. It's quite the delay. I was looking at the market through my phone while walking the dogs. Technology. It's like really hot. So an aggressive ask coming in. It seems like the algorithm understood the assignment and has dipped out. Do we have the... I was actually thinking how cool it would be if I think tomorrow I'm gonna pop on when the market opens and then set up just a little robot to trade like an ES contract back and forth and just see how much it could get us. So if we did let's do 8 minute. We'll go. I want to see. Eight-minute LTA. $9:30. I guess it's just a part of dealing with. Well, I guess this should just be down. It would have sold. It would have opened. Oh yeah, we got to do this. We got to get rid of the additional monitoring because we're trying to short. I have no idea why it's doing that. Pick share. We're back to futures. So yeah, we would have shorted. And the current profits would have been 2,500 or about 1%. Not bad. So yeah, it would have shorted at market open and then it would have just held it. Pretty cool. Looks like we got some LDPMs moving up. Some ask is entering. Yeah, I think tomorrow that'll be cool. Market open. Tell the robot to go. And just kind of see what happens. So definitely still... So the 8 minute was a lot less... had a lot less hope for us than the 3 minutes did. This is still balanced, right? So it looks like downside is the name of the game. LDPM 144 is surprisingly effective on the 3 minute, but we still keep getting these flashes of eager asks, and things are back to being bearish. So quite the movement. I don't need LTA anymore. So, but alright, I think I'm gonna call this. Oh, the scoop has failed. I'll call this for now. I wasn't originally planning on coming back tomorrow, but watching the robot trade in real life. Well, I mean, I watch it in real life all the time, but showing it in real life, I think would be fun. Although, again, today it would have just shorted it open and would still be short. So fun, I guess, is a little subjective here, but we would have still been able to cheerlead from the side. So, all right, we're bearish. Failed bull trap. The Bitcoin on the 8 is looking pretty gnarly. We got the Batman ears. Failed scoop. Definitely worth keeping an eye out for. But I gotta go. Apparently whoever coded this has put a whole bunch of bugs inside. And they hired me to fix it. So I guess I should go do that. I'm hoping to get the beta version. Oh yeah, so the beta version for the robot is open. If what's today, October 31st. And so I'm hoping this weekend I get all of this fixed away, and then the LDPM issue fixed, and then push it out. And then the premium members with deep dive stocks, I'll just add you to the beta. But if there's anyone who wants to try out the beta, I'm going to have it open for a month. And basically what I am looking for is play with it, use it, watch it, and then just keep an eye on it and make sure it just doesn't do anything goofy. It's not always going to match up with LDPM and LDPS. There's a few more things going on. But if like when we were trying to get it to open a short position, but you notice it doesn't open the shorts if you have like the additional monitoring like toggled. Like that's not normal. So let me know when that stuff happens so I can fix it for the non-beta version. And then what is going to happen with the non-beta version, we'll talk when we cross that bridge. So here's some bearish activity going on. And yeah, cool. Ooh, very exciting. But yeah, okay, I'm gonna go. And good luck, guys. Happy trading. I hope this helps. And remember, these are up on YouTube if you want to watch later. Sometimes I have rewatched the moments where I just kind of let it play, and then on YouTube and just like played it at 2 speed, and it's pretty fun. But yeah. Okay, let me see. So I'm gonna do. All right, yeah. Thanks everyone for coming out. I appreciate you guys, and good luck. Happy trading. Bye. All right.